Hey guys, and welcome back to another What the Flix. So today I'm going to be talking about a little more indie of a movie called American Hero. So basically, this movie is about a superhero guy who is kind of a schlub,
Melvin, get your ass up, man.
womanizing, alcoholic, drug stealing,
Anybody follow you here? Yeah, these babies.
criminal,
Fucking robbed the store for 60-some odd dollars.
who's kind of trying to get his act together, kind of. And to top it all off, this movie's shot in a kind of a reality-style TV show where actors are looking and talking at the camera, breaking the fourth wall all over the place.
You wanna make a movie about Melvin? You're gonna spend half of your time trying to find this motherfucker.
It's really weird to see an actor go like, yeah, this time it's gonna be hilarious. Or like, oh man, I can't believe that just happened. So the story starts off with our superhero guy going to court and being told that he's never gonna see his son again because basically his life is a huge wreck.
Well, at least you can go to jail, right?
Yeah, I wanna see my kid, man. Get it? Fuck!
And for the next hour of the movie, our film crew kind of follows around our hero and his friends and checks out what they're doing and basically shows us how big of a douchebag and stupid moron the main character is. Most of the people that film crew shoots don't really seem to know that they're being filmed, and they have this kind of wide-eyed confused look when they look at the camera.
But to make this trick successful, I need $1. Yes, I ain't say 35 cents, and no, I didn't say no 55 cents. I need $1 going once, and you've been the beautiful and the pink. Thank you so very much.
It's as if someone told them to show up at a location and they'd be filmed, but they didn't know what was going to happen or what for. Now, whether this really happened or whether it was made up for the film and they were just trying to seem confused as if it was a real reality TV show, I have no idea. But the effect is really weird and confusing at times, and it pulled me out of the movie constantly. So throughout the movie, our hero is shown stealing, destroying public property, defacing public property, doing drugs, drinking to excess, I think having prostitutes, definitely just being a jerk. But he has his best friend Cecile who tries to like push him on the straight and narrow. And we get this weird kind of dichotomy because you have the superhero guy who's throwing everything away, and then you have Cecile who was in the army, did everything right, and then got shot in the spine and lost the use of his legs. So you have an obviously wounded veteran, a good guy who's trying to get his friend to do better. That said, he doesn't really succeed. In fact, he kind of fails. And then the super white knight of the film is this cop, Jimmy, who ends up showing up every once in a while, kind of out of the blue. I have a sneaking suspicion that they had him for one day of shooting.
Come on, Melvin. Put it out. Show a little respect.
Really? Ready to take on that responsibility?
Yes.
I thought you were giving up the drink.
Jimmy the cop tells our superhero to like straighten up and fly right and start doing good in the community, and he knows he's the chosen one and he knew he'd always do a good job. So our superhero makes a half-assed effort to get better and to do better, and he starts working out, but then he goes to the local drug dealers and he threatens them, but he does nothing to scare them off, and then those drug dealers shoot Cecile, his best friend. And it's weird, but Cecile's bandage moves up and down his arm throughout the film.
God damn, Melvin. I'm not talking to your ass while you're drunk.
But whatever. Then our hero falls off the boat again, starts drinking, smoking, and womanizing, until eventually he comes to the realization again that he's a superhero guy and he should try and do good. And the cop actually tells the superhero guy to screw with the drug dealers that are in town, and when the superhero guy goes to him and says, I'm gonna probably kill a lot of those drug dealers, the cop says, okay, well, I won't take the call. I'll let you kill all the drug dealers.
Just wanted you to know it's gonna get noisy at C Block later. When you get the call, ignore it.
Worst cop ever. So our superhero guy goes and kills a whole bunch of drug dealer guys. He scares him off, and we don't see what happens completely, but he's like, oh yeah, I scared all those bad guys off. And we just have to assume that everything's okay. He then goes and breaks the law by getting close to his wife, who has a restraining order against him, and she, for whatever reason, because he paid her money, child support, she accepts to have him, who's otherwise a deadbeat, and I don't think he has a job or a place of his own or anything like this, she lets him pick up the kid from school. And that's the end of the movie. Is we've come full circle. He lost the kid at the start of the movie, and he got the chance to pick up the kid from school at the end of the movie. This movie's got a lot of weird fucking things going on, man. There's parts where he's speaking directly to the camera in a monologue type thing.
Oxycontin. Semi-synthetic, slow-release painkiller, first synthesized by eminent pharmacologist Freund and Speyer.
And he's talking about how books are really great, and how he reads a lot of really smart-sounding books, and how he knows tons of stuff about drugs and stuff like this. And I don't get why those were in the movie. They didn't add to the plot. The tons of times that he's shown partying at least a half a dozen times through the movie, and it's just a montage for 2 or 3 minutes each time of him drinking, doing drugs, womanizing. And this doesn't add anything to the plot, it's just padding. So there's a science teacher friend he has at the local high school, and he goes there for testing. And this guy's not a doctor, but they keep it under wraps, and that's how they say that he's never been found out. But he goes there at least 4 or 5 times during the movie to have the doctor guy say,
"You look a little peaky, Mel."
Well, I'm just tired, dude.
Really?
Oh, here we go.
basically the same thing everyone else says in this movie, which stop fucking around, get your life on track, use your superpowers for good. And again, this does not have to be in the movie. It's just someone else saying, don't fuck around. We don't even need to know where his superpowers come from, but they just kind of throw it in there. They do a rip-off scene from Star Wars where they have Cecile sit in a chair and then Hero Man lifts the chair just like C-3PO was lifted in Return of the Jedi. There's a part where a woman decries how terrible Hurricane Katrina was, which it was, but she says that the hero guy saved her house and put the roof back on it. And we get a lot of these little glimpses into how he's been heroic in the past, but for whatever reason he isn't now. I just don't get this movie. It's an hour longer than it has to be. It could have been a short. I think it probably was originally a short. Basically, it's about a hero falling off a bus, and by the third time you experience that, it's not fun anymore. There's no more redeeming factor to it. I don't think I'd really recommend this movie unless you really liked Hancock. And I might have to give this bad boy maybe like a 4 out of 10. Would I say this movie is better than something like Hancock, which is virtually the same movie just with a bigger budget? I'd say yeah, because it did keep me sorta entertained throughout it, kinda. So thank you for watching What the Flix. Like, share, and subscribe if you like. Leave a comment for me down below. And if you have any suggestions or requests, let me know. Until then, I am out, baby.